You can see why, or you can't. You can hear why.
I can hear why.
I
Okay,
was trying
Mike.
to figure it out.
You got me on that
That's
one.
all right. I'm just trying to get things
Yeah,
straight.
you got me on that one. That was cool. That was cool.
All right.
Man. I like that. You being very observant on that one. You gonna see the sound, or you gonna hear the sound? Which one you gonna do?
Like, what the world? But you jumped up like, man.
I got 2 phones. I got my business phone.
Oh, there you go. You got 2 phones now. Here we go. Here we Here we go. I know what you mean. Yeah. Trying to figure this out, man. Feel like I'm still. Why do I feel like I'm going in and out, or is it just me? It's that's just me, man. That's just me, or I'm just.
I hear you fine.
Yeah. Okay.
No, yeah, you are.
I am going in and out. Am I
are.
not, or I'm not talking loud enough? That's what it is. I think when I'm talking like steady, like how I'm talking now,
Yeah,
I
you're
don't ever go
fine.
in and out.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
When you stop, you can hear like a fat. Yeah.
Mike,
Yes, sir.
I got an issue.
Not right at 7 on the dot.
Yeah, man. It's asking me for authentication of my own credentials, because what it's doing is it's receiving your credentials. You know. So on my Facebook login.
We'll change back to your login.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to do. They won't let me.
They don't got.
There was, yeah.
Because if they got you blocked, you're gonna have to go through me again.
Yeah, and that's what I shouldn't be doing. I shouldn't have to be doing. I don't even know how they picked that up.
No.
But it's coming now, Mike. It's coming. I went on and accepted yours. Yeah, I went on and accepted yours, and it's what it is really going by your authentication.
Page now?
Huh?
My page then?
Yeah, you're gonna be coming in pretty soon.
Okay. It's all good. We're all on the same team. We ain't like I'm getting over on somewhere.
All right.
No, but it's the fact that it's on my page that way. And
your page too?
yeah, it's on my page, and it shouldn't be on my page in that way. But we'll figure it out later.
Steady uploading and downloading. Uh-oh. Hello, everybody. Ooh. I like that backdrop. They all tuning in on my page.
Wait a second. Why is
Watch out now.
Where's my notification?
We are definitely here. It's on me. Okay. That's how we'll do it. Getting everybody in. So, changing the format.
And see what's going on.
Yes.
I can't turn into public.
You're already public because I'm public.
Oh.
You good?
Yeah. Okay. Got you. Something that's giving me a echo.
That was me.
I'm like, what's up?
Man, we are here, man. We're here. Soulful Discussions, man. It's going down live, man. Just like how we said it. Malaysia. Just look. Look
I like that shirt.
Look what I'm repping.
Look at that. That seems like somebody we had on the show very recently.
Yeah, we need everybody right now to shout out black businesses. To go ahead and comment black businesses all night.
Okay, did you make it all of Tuesday without buying?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
I did too. I'm so proud. And I actually shop black owned. I've been shopping a lot more black owned. We definitely.
Please share this, man. Please share this. Let's share this, y'all. Hold on 1 second. So in other words, you didn't buy nothing.
I did buy something, but it was all black owned actually.
Oh my!
So I seen actually somebody had a list of all black owned companies
Right.
in Freeport. So I definitely made an effort to go ahead and donate quite a few.
Hey guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's your volume. Welcome everybody, man. I see that Cincinnati, Ohio is checking in right now. I'd like to say what's going on. Hey, everybody, share this right now. Share this. I'm giving you about 2 minutes to share this. Giving you 2 minutes to share this because we got a lot to say.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, we do.
How was your 4th of July?
It was great.
It was good.
It was excellent. I actually really had a good time with a little private white party.
Okay.
Yes.
I heard about it.
Yes, it was real. It was real nice. So I had a good time.
I had a good 4th. Drew went up to Monroe to see the fireworks. The rest of the time, you guys, I tried to barbecue for the second time in my life.
But let me do this. Let me introduce our audience to you guys. How's that sound?
Yeah.
I have no problem.
All right. Okay, we got Mr. Mike J, known as Mike Johnson. He's our DJ, Director of Operations. Malaysia Jordan, our news journalist, our co-host broadcaster. Let's give it up for Malaysia Jordan and Mike Jordan. Mike Johnson. Yeah, they're not married. but Mike Johnson, let's give them a hand. They're our hosts for tonight. If you feel like calling in tonight, give us a call at 815-908.
That's right.
Scratch that.
Ooh.
Let's scratch that. 815-312-3172. I don't know. I can't have that kind of pressure. I'm about to say,
I got 2 phones now. You don't need that.
But yeah, anybody that's got a time out to call in, just give us a shout. We're gonna talk about some heavy topics and see what your opinion and your perspective are. Yeah.
Well, Rocky, thank you for that introduction.
No problem.
Get back to it. Welcome everybody to Soulful Discussions, man. We are here. I know everybody's looking and saying, like, where's Larry Sanders' page? We're on my page today. Unfortunately, we're gonna make things happen. Like to say welcome everybody. Welcome for coming on in. Welcome for joining us. Hello, Mary Bland. Hey, listen, if you know a black business, tag them right now in the comments. If you know a black business, tag them right now in the comments.
Yes.
And we're going to shout out the black businesses today.
Come on now.
That's how we're going to do that today.
Come on now.
Heavy hitters.
Yeah.
We're talking about all the heavy hitters. We need you to tag or comment a black business right now. What's up, Atlanta, Georgia? I see you looking. Also, what's happening to, all the way to Louisville, Kentucky? Kentucky, checking in also. Like to say what's going on. Everybody's coming in, chiming in. Please don't forget live365.com. If you're not in the Freeport area, you can log on and you can hear us live on live365.com. It's definitely going down. Hey, listen, Malaysia. Tragic weekend. 4th of July. Freeport, Illinois.
So, Freeport man identified as shooting. I can't even talk. This is so sad. Freeport man identified as Sunday shooting victim. Latarian C. Brumfield, 23, of Freeport, has been identified by Freeport police as the man who died early Sunday after gunfire broke out in the 900 block of South Carroll Avenue. 5 others were also shot and at least 1 person was hospitalized. Brumfield died at a local hospital. Police responded around 12:20 a.m. in the residential area where they found the gunshot victims. No information about potential suspects was available. Anyone with information about the shooting is asked to call Freeport Police Department at 815-235-8222 or State Line Area Stoppers 866-847-7699.
Wow. Just right there, just while people shooting fireworks and just here we go.
I think first we should start by saying we send our deepest condolences to the Bumfield family, and any of the other victims that were affected by this tragedy. We definitely want to take a moment of silence for that.
Yes.
So the views and the opinions of the guest and of the host of Fire Radio is not that of Fire Radio 105.7. I'm gonna start by saying that. This is a little bit of a touchy topic because I actually knew LA, and I actually had a chance to hang out with him a few times. So this was painful to wake up to hear.
Right.
And I've seen so many people's different reactions to it, and I respect everybody. But I think right now in this time, I think everybody needs to be respectful that it's okay to be scared as a community. It's okay to feel some type of way as a community, especially about this. Because this is not a level of violence in my 25 years here that I've seen. I've never seen this level of reckless, incompassionate violence in Freeport. And I've seen people say, well, this happens everywhere and this, that, and the other. Regardless, this does not happen here. And an innocent life. If anybody who really knew him knew that he was not in the streets, he was not affiliated with anything, gangs, any of that, he was innocent.
Right.
And to wake up and hear a 23-year-old gunned down in a block that you just walk down. As a kid, I'm playing on this block. I'm jumping down this block. As a grown woman, I'm walking down this block, maybe going to church across the street. Like, to think right across the street from a church.
Right. Man. Anybody from Freeport, man, y'all can give a call in right now. Anybody from Freeport got anything to say about this situation? That was on Carol and Galena, huh? Was it around that Carol and Galena or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to call in this situation, it was 1 dead and 5
injured.
Injured.
There was another young man who was in critical condition with a gunshot wound to his chest. I think he's in critical condition, but he is stable. Right. Other people were shot in the hand, shot in the leg.
Wow. Yeah.
So the person definitely came around. I don't know. It don't sound like there was a target. It just kind of sounded like that person came around, or people came around and just began shooting up the area. Right. And as a community, this is not a time to be judgmental.
That's true.
This is not a time to run. All of those people who were talking about change, trying to form these committees, who were there marching, now this is your time to step up again. Because as a community, we have the opportunity to take back our community. We do. We have that strength, we have those numbers, and we have that influence to take back our community. We still can. We are not at the level of violence that Rockford or Chicago is. We have to understand as a community that we cannot sustain that type of level of violence in this town of 50 to 60,000 people. I might be being nice.
You might be, you're being too generous.
And that's including babies. Like, we have 5 stores here.
Right.
And they're barely open. What are y'all going to do? Shoot each other in the store?
Like,
it does not make sense. Right. So as a community, we have to start by going and taking our community back. And that even starts with starting young. We have to go young. We have to get back to our babies. I was talking to somebody about this. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I can't sit here and say all of these things and be judgmental about people if I'm not in my community helping start even our young kids coming up. It's a mind thing.
Right.
These are grown men or grown women, whoever it was. We can't change their mindset. They're going to do what they do. This is clearly a person who does not care about human life.
That's true.
It happened to be one person that was dead. That doesn't mean that was the intention.
That's true.
So
then, so you think it's over jealousy? Or do you think it's over Anything, money? You just don't know, huh?
Nothing. It was
because it seemed like it came right out the blue.
Nothing could have been worth that boy's life.
Well,
no type of beef, no type of money owed, no type of song written, no type of diss, no type of somebody said something about somebody. It wasn't worth it. He had nothing to do with it at the end of the day. So I don't care what it was over. It wasn't worth it.
Right.
You know, and I just the mindset I can't understand. But like I said, I just don't believe Freeport can handle that level of violence. We just can't.
Big prayers up to the Broomfield family. I just want to say that right now. You know, I definitely know that family very well, and big prayers up to the Broomfield family. Flight Radio is most definitely got y'all in our prayers. Just to say that. Okay. Welcome to Soulful Discussions, everybody. I just wanted to start off on that note about the 4th of July here in Freeport. Chicago also had some gun violence, some huge gun violence. Also, I hearing some more gun violence that was outside of Moline and in that Moline Quad City area. So the gun violence was around, but in your neighborhood where you're staying, all the people in the neighborhood living and that's listening in tonight from Baltimore, Maryland, all the people that's listening tonight from Cincinnati, Ohio, all the people that's listening in tonight from Atlanta, Georgia, all the people that's listening in from New York, New York. We got it going down tonight, man. We got the Bump It to Dump It. We got MP Hip Hop Heat from Baltimore, Maryland. Hey. He's going to be coming up this half an hour. And then also Noah Halls. He's going to be coming up from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
From Cincinnati.
So Cincinnati, Ohio will be checking in tonight also. And that's going to be coming up between 7:30, and 8 o'clock. And then also we're doing a Bump It to Dump It on a new guy named Giano from Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, we all over the map.
He's going to be coming up from between 8 and 8:30. That's 30 minutes after the hour. But also Lady Lennox will be ending it out tonight from New York City. She will be coming on between 8:30 and 9. So
okay, we everywhere.
Man, we definitely got something going on tonight, man. We got a lot of special guests. Hold on a minute. Special guests tonight, call-in guests at 8 p.m. Who's coming up?
We have.
Oh my goodness.
We have our artist spotlight at 8 o'clock. I believe Gino is going to come in and talk about his latest projects and what he got going on, why he fell in love with making music.
So Gino out of Rockford.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Is Gino Pacquiao?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then 8:30.
We have Ajaya. She's going to come in at 8:30 and talk about her organization, her fight for women's power, and so much more. So make sure you guys tune in for that. 8:30.
Yes.
Sounds like a full house.
Hey, I tell y'all what, we're gonna be right back. Sit back, relax, y'all. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes. That's it, man. Real quick flash. That's it. She gave back the wedding ring, I turned it to a pinky ring. She gave back the wedding ring, I turned it to a pinky ring. She gave back the wedding ring, I turned it to a pinky ring. Listen up, you're now jamming throwbacks with DJ Mike J, repping 815. This is the man. She gave back the wedding ring, I turned it to a pinky ring.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
The odds of becoming a signed artist and having 4 #1 albums. 1 in 100 million. The odds of going on to win 7 Grammy Awards. 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of this performer having a child diagnosed with autism. 1 in 68. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
You're listening to 105.7 WQJT Flight Radio with DJ Mike J, where he gives you the hottest sounds of R&B from back in the day and today.
Good times, it's that kind of night for us. Good times, we're just having fun. Good night, yeah. If it's you and me waking up, and that's when you fell in love. It was the first time you ever had it like this. You never had it like this. It was the first time you ever got it like this. Something like the remix. Girl, don't feel guilty about the romance. 'Cause I know what you like. It's our slow jam tonight. We're calling dancing. Sweet love tonight. Baby, I'm feeling you. I know you're feeling it too. We'll call it dancing. Sweet love tonight. I wanna rock the body. Make this a private party for love. Spotlight. I see your silhouette. Touch it. You and me kissing, babe. Your beauty. It's undeniable. It's so incredible. Ooh, yeah. First time you ever had it like this. You never had it like this. It was the first time you ever got it like this. Something like the remix. Girl, don't feel guilty about romance. 'Cause I know what you like. You like. It's our slow jam tonight. We're calling dancing. Sweet love tonight. Oh yeah, baby, I'm feeling you. I know you're feeling it too. We'll call it dancing. Oh, sweet love tonight. I wanna rock the body. Make this a party. But like, come in here, take off them heels. Let me show you how you should live. Oh, oh, baby. Baby, I'm gonna play that song with us on replay all night long. Oh, oh, baby, we're gonna dancing. Sweet love tonight, yeah. Baby, I'm feeling you. You know you're feeling it too. We'll call it dancing. Sweet love tonight. I wanna rock your body. Make this a party for love. Oh, for love. Oh, ooh, yeah.
Yes. Welcome back, man. I tell y'all, welcome back. Soulful Discussions. We're right here on 105.7 FM. Please tune in to dial Freeport, Illinois. Y'all tune in right now. We are live right now. Yeah. I see we got a couple comments on here about the now Kathy Roberts is saying that that's tragic. And thank you, Brad Capian. Thank you, man. I know, man, this mask, you know what I'm saying? I got to get used to the mask, like going up or down. I'm talking with it and stuff like that. I just don't want to be astigmatic. Is that the word?
I'm reckless. Young, wild, and free.
I don't know, man. I don't want to give nobody anything if I got it. If I don't know if I got it, and I got it. You heard about the mayor of Atlanta?
I got news on her, but I mean, we can bring that up.
The mayor of Atlanta. What? She got it, then she don't have it, or she got it?
She has it. One of her kids has it. One of her kids doesn't, and she has it. And her husband, wasn't clear about whether he had it or not, but she definitely has it.
Yeah, I heard that story.
So the mayor of Atlanta.
And what's some information?
Yes.
So Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms officially makes wearing masks mandatory.
Oh, so now now it's about that time. Now it's about to be some jail time or something.
Yeah. Following her own recent COVID-19 diagnosis, Atlanta's mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms has just made a major move to stop the spread of the pandemic. She sidestepping Governor Brian Kemp. Mayor Bottoms has officially made wearing masks mandatory in the city of Atlanta.
Yeah, that was the first state that jumped the gun.
You're right.
Yeah, Georgia,
right.
or was it Texas the first?
I think
thought
both.
it was Georgia.
Yeah, they all hot. They all hot like firecrackers.
But it
right
was
now.
Georgia.
Jizzle, where you
set
at?
the tone
Call us.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Jizzle, call us.
Yes, man. I said, Jizzle, where you at? Or either Sade Cross. Somebody could tell us there from Atlanta. Yeah, anybody in Georgia that's listening right now, tell us the news. What's going on?
Yeah, we're at 815-312-3172, or leave us a comment.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, is it like going to be mandatory up here soon? You think it's going to be mandatory throughout the whole United States?
Well, Trump is pushing all schools to be open by fall.
Yep.
And he's really trying to push that on all the governors of the state. Now, whether they comply,
right,
to adhere to what he is saying, in spite of all of this uprising, a pandemic starting all over again.
Right.
Right.
I'm trying to understand the motive reason why he is doing what he is doing.
I was saying the same thing.
The people of this country is wise enough to understand by now, if we're in a situation like this, why is it that our president, our leader, is trying to force schools to open again when he will not allow testings to carry out like they should? And it's not on this thing. That's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. It's not Flight Radio's opinion.
The views and opinions of the host and the guest is not.
But the thing about it is, it affects me as well as anybody else in the White House. So I have a perspective on it. I kind of like wonder why. I'm like a lot of Americans are wondering why is he pushing this school agenda thing.
And and I think I read a report where somebody said like he's making it like putting punishments in place for schools that don't open.
Exactly. You're absolutely right.
Oh boy.
Let me
somebody's calling in and just got an opinion or something about schools being open, or about the tragic Freeport weekend on the 4th, or anybody from Atlanta, Georgia, or somebody check in from Chicago and tell me what's going on in your city. That's what we're looking for right now. So, somebody's on the line?
Yeah, we got a caller that's coming in at 7:30. That gives you whatever you guys
That's calling at 7:30?
Yeah, she has an interview.
Really? Okay.
She says don't y'all know?
Yes. Yes. This is gonna be a powerful interview, you guys. I'm so excited for this interview. I gotta want to go ahead and jump the gun and forget this little 3 minutes and hop right into it.
Don't you guys know?
But that's on you guys.
Yes, we do.
That's up to you guys.
Welcome, man, to Soulful Discussions. What's happening?
Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
Are great. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Just chilling for the night, getting ready for tomorrow, the big day tomorrow. But yeah.
So, just for everybody, tell us about yourself, what city you're from, and just anything else we need to know about you.
Well, my name is Asia. I am from Rockford, Illinois. I am a film producer and director by trade.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Stage production. I used to be an actor. I won't say used to be, but that's kind of what propelled me into what I'm doing now. So I do that a lot less than I used to. But yeah, I also just happen to be a citizen who believes in her right to participate in the political process.
Right.
So that's what I do.
Okay.
So I hear you're very involved in the community. Where did that passion start?
Sure. So, um, the passion really just came from a past in my life where I knew that I had to do the right thing. And if I have to do the right thing, then I should expect the right thing to be done by my people.
Yeah.
Right.
Um, and it was really just that simple. Like, I grew up in the church, and, you know, my grandfather was a pastor on the west side of Rockford. Um, and so I had great examples of morality in my life. On the other side of my family, my grandmother is a retired judge from San Francisco. And so I had a great example of justice in my life. Um, and so those kind of influences just kind of led me to a place where I knew that I had to do the right thing. And I spent a lot of time in Birmingham, Alabama, which is kind of the epicenter of the civil rights movement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was there during the time that Mike Brown was killed.
Okay.
And seeing a city whose history is as rich as Birmingham, and seeing that city 50 years later not really reflecting that image in every fiber of its being, turn into a community that was civil rights forward overnight when, you know, Black people were threatened in the United States was very enriching to me. So I was able to participate in some protests and in some community gatherings and some meeting of the minds and participating in, you know, supporting Black businesses and all of those things right at the time that I was kind of hitting that 25 years of age mark where, you know, you're stepping into your own womanhood. And I happened to do that with and around people who were historically there in the 1960s. You know, the children that were walking out of schools in Birmingham, I was having that discovery with them in 2016 as my elders and as the ones that were guiding me. And that was just a very enriching experience. And I've kept that flame going.
We don't talk about that enough. We don't talk about the fact that we're experiencing now what occurred, what, 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah.
Actually, here in my hometown, Freeport, we had our own march for the death of George Floyd, and at the march was my aunt of 80. She's okay. She's gonna kill me for saying her age. She is she is 81. She's been through so much. She had the opportunity of marching with Martin Luther King. Some of her children were the first children to go to an all white school in Florissant, Arkansas. She protested. She did a lot. And to see her there,
Right.
there after 40, 50 years later, still like she couldn't
Doing
walk,
the
but she was in her
thing.
car, you know, still rolling along with us. But to see that her feet are still marching, though the
Yeah.
same path.
Right.
Oh,
50,
man.
60 years later, I'm just was like, wow. And here she is passing a torch that, and she told me her own words, she doesn't necessarily want to pass me. She was happy to see me out there, but she was like, niece, the reasons that you were out there is why I gave so much of myself back then, because I did not want you to be out there. You know, so
Right.
I think that's a very big point that we don't talk about.
Right.
But you said
Yeah.
during that time, not only during this time, you not only experienced that death of Michael Brown, but you now having to experience seeing George Floyd. So how did it affect you seeing the video and the circumstances surrounding George Floyd's death? How has that affected you?
Well, I decided after watching Queen and Slim this past fall
Uh-huh.
that I was done consuming Black trauma.
Hmm.
It literally was at a place where I decided that it was completely unhealthy for me to watch Black people getting killed by police.
Yeah.
Anymore.
I feel you.
It was unhealthy for me. Like what it did to my spirit, what it did to my mental state. Shortly before I went and saw Queen and Slim, I was watching HBO's Watchmen with Regina King, which is a fabulous show, by the way. If you haven't watched it, watch it.
Wow.
But the opening scene of that was the riots and dismantling of Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And 3 minutes into that show, I had a panic attack because, number one, I had never seen that portrayed in television. I've seen marches, I've seen, the Selma Bridge, I've seen lynchings. I have never seen a Black city torn to shreds to that capacity ever come across my airwaves. And it was traumatizing to me. So when George Floyd's death first came about, I refused to watch it because I've been on a great path this year of therapy, number one, to really work through my inability to consume Black trauma and really participate in the society that I live in that is so graphic.
Right.
And still maintain my mental health. So I didn't watch it at first, but eventually, when the commentary gets to be so much, I'm like, okay, I have to see this. Like, I have to see it. And so it took me a couple of days, and I watched it. And it was everything that I feared it would be. I watched another man die in real time. And it was infuriating. And there's something about it that just watching it over a cell phone makes you feel like your hands are just tied because all you can think about is what you would have done if you were there, right?
Right.
And for me, like that thought, keeping the fact that as long as I'm not actively participating in the process of cultivating the culture of policing in the United States, in my city, in my state, in the world, I am only tying my own hands. And that's one of the things that keeps me motivated is that I do not want to see another Black person die on camera, on my phone, because it is unhealthy for us to continue to consume our own trauma. So we have to fight proactively to prevent these kinds of things from happening.
Yeah. I think now that you talk about that, I don't know if you do documentaries or anything like that. But
yeah,
I think,
do.
Do you? Okay. Well, I think about media that's in our face today, how it would have looked 200 years ago.
Yeah.
If we had a glimpse of 200 some years ago of our people going through these atrocities as we are going through at this current time, I wonder, would we have a different change in history? Would the outcome of our people rise up and stand for something different other than what we did back in those years? I just wonder about that.
Yeah, like I recently just watched the remake of Roots. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but the History Channel decided to remake the entire box set of Roots in 2016. It's amazing. But I was watching it and I'm thinking to myself, like, there's this narrative that's out there that says, I am not my ancestors, you can still catch these hands.
Right.
I think that is such a dichotomous statement because while I'm not my ancestors and you can catch these hands, like my ancestors surviving that is why I'm here.
I see. Yeah.
And I would not be here if someone did not take that. And if they had all collectively seen that happening to all of them, I don't know how they would have reacted, because based upon pieces like that and looking through, the means that they took in history to create docile Negroes, was by inflicting trauma and making them watch.
Yeah, docile is just about what it was all about. And it was like a norm, a docility going on throughout the whole world, almost, I believe. People are kneeling down to empires, to empires for whatever reason, because of, I don't know, because of lack of ignorance. I think that's basically how I want to put it, because of ignorance, that our people were not exposed enough to educate themselves about what their surroundings and what was going on in the world at the time that they were subjected to all of these events that permeated throughout the world and that killed the people. The things that killed that George Floyd, it was like the norm 200 years ago. There was no repercussion.
It's the norm in 2020.
And for it to come live right into your home, it didn't just affect. It didn't just affect Black society, but it did affect the world. That thing reverberated all across the world, and it made a society look ashamed of themselves that we can allow such an event, not an event, but a tragedy to happen in our country like that on a regular basis. Okay, go ahead.
Like one of the things that my grandmother used to tell me all the time was that the difference in what happened in the earlier days when people were slaves, and around the time when emancipation happened, and during early Jim Crow, and the difference between that and what happened in the 60s is television.
Yeah.
Newspapers, being able to broadcast photos across the pond and across the world.
That's right.
He always reminds me that at some point the world began watching. And when the world was watching, we had leverage.
That's right. That's right.
And I think that it would be, like a PR saying is, you never waste a good tragedy. It would be foolish of us to not take what has happened to George Floyd, to Breonna Taylor, to Elijah McClain, to all of the victims of police brutality, and not capitalize on the need for complete reform.
Right.
Like
exactly.
Eradication of things that don't serve us. Abolishing police unions.
Yeah, and here's the thing. What if we could educate our communities in our country about this policing, why policing even was invented? It's still that reason today, even on the books of our Constitution, is the reason why policing is still in effect. And the reason why police came into effect is because of white slave owners.
Right.
Yep.
If we educate the police department and historians and the schools and society itself as a whole, is the reason why we even have police department, and what their mentality was back in those days, why they're still doing what they did hundreds of years ago.
Yeah. Police departments existed then, and they exist now to protect the property of the rich.
That's it.
And to protect the rich from the poor.
Yeah.
It's all about. Yeah.
Got that right. Got that right.
Well.
And they do their job very, very well.
So who you think they protecting today?
The rich.
100%.
They're not protecting us.
Right.
No,
We're dying every
evidence.
day.
Yeah, it's evidence of that all day and all year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. By them and by others and by ourselves. You know, we're dying at a alarming rate in violent manner, and they are not protecting us. So it's not us.
So really, this is Michael. I just want to ask a question. Are you planning on doing a movie about this? Directing a movie about this?
I'm in the process of developing a series pilot of a show called Angry.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
And it is a kind of dystopian, not post-apocalyptic, but post Donald Trump America.
Okay.
If you could imagine Donald Trump remaining president for another 4 years, what the country would look like.
I can't even imagine.
I can't even imagine that.
I'm not going to imagine.
I was flabbergasted.
You know. But in our minds, the people that are creating this show, that looks very much like a dystopian America,
right?
Where they are wanting to go back to the days of the good old boys, where they have the brass, horn trio playing the national anthem everywhere, and American flags waving large and beautifully, and you don't see black people.
And let's make America great again.
Yeah.
This is what that looks like. So
that's
America
my opinion,
right? Great again.
And my perspective on that one.
And there's a counterculture and a subculture.
It is. Yeah.
Because in this particular society, black people are not allowed to congregate in groups of more than 2.
Come on now.
Families are only allowed to have so many children, black families. If they have more than one son, the younger sons end up going through this program that kind of like lobotomizes them so that they become robots and live in a quote-unquote prison system where they are literal robots for free labor. And so the story follows this guy who still remembers in his soul the days of old and the trauma of old. And this educational system is, greatly controlled, but there's this one teacher that he finds that is just like kind of undercurrently on the hush educating black people about their history. And it creates the rise of this I don't even want to call it a messiah because I don't like that concept, but it would create, for lack of another term, a rise of a messiah that really, starts to wake the people up. Because there's a counterculture that is vibrant and bright and ethnic and loud and beautiful, just like black people are.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a subculture that is compliant.
Right.
And so that's the closest thing that I'm working on about this. And it's really just about using trauma as education and using that education to fight a system that exists to oppress you.
That's true.
And
so
very much like it's very much in an anonymous kind of way, like the anarchist group Anonymous, but it's called Angry. And it's just, a bunch of people who are fed up.
Yeah, it is.
And decide to fight back.
Yeah.
Can you be my best friend? Like,
yes.
Like I am in love with you. Like this. I mean,
listen. You got the whole radio studio just quiet.
We just into it. Like, when is the trailer dropping? Just tell me the date.
You got this thing going so deep. We just all quiet and just all in the motion of what you're talking about. And it's like
What's next? What else you going? What else? What's the plot twist? Like,
we need a part 2 with you, girl.
Listen, I'm down. I'm totally down with that.
Listen, that man, I promise, man. All of this information and all this energy that I'm getting fed from you is like you had me just so quiet, and I'm like, oh man, is she ever gonna stop spitting knowledge? No.
I know. I lean into the mic trying to like I can hear her better. I'm trying to tell me to stop.
Man, so Malaysia, did you have any more?
I actually did, but if you're just tuning in, we have Ajay on the phone. She is a filmmaker, producer, philanthropist,
yes,
and so much more. And my new best friend.
Okay.
But so the video of Chief O'Shea that came on May 18th sparked some controversy within your community. What made you start the petition against Chief O'Shea, and what outcome are you seeking?
Sure. So I saw the same 36-second clip that was floating around social media once the protest started, right? And immediately because I heard it before I saw it, and I'm saying like, yo, who is this officer so I can file a complaint?
Right.
And the person that sent it to me was like, that's the chief. And I was like, oh no.
Right.
Like you can't be the captain of creating the culture of policing in this city with that kind of rhetoric in your heart.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, so I immediately was like, okay, how upset would you be if I made a big fuss about this and called for the resignation of the chief? And he was like, go for it. And so I did.
Oh, in other words, I double dare you to, huh? Okay.
I did, I did. And, it was out. The reason I asked is out of the respect of the person that sent it to me, because they have some things in play and that they're tied to that, they probably shouldn't be attached to something this radical, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I could not stand idly by and just watch that permeate the community.
Right.
Like it was bad enough that it was said once in a press conference. And, I want to point out the fact that the context that people keep talking about that are opposing what I'm doing is this. He was asked during a press conference about the rising crime amongst the youth in the city of Rockford during the COVID-19 pandemic, if he was looking forward to implementing some programs to help curb the violence amongst that age group. And his response was, we're not wasting our time on them, they're lost.
Oh. Wait a minute, the police chief now.
Yes.
Well, you know where this is going.
Man.
Yeah, don't have me
Right?
frustrated over here.
Don't do it to him, Rocky.
Talk about context. And they want to ignore the fact that he was literally responding to a question about implementing programming to help curb the violence. And his response to that was, we're not wasting our time on them, they're lost.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't know where he's getting this sidebar information from, that they're lost. Mm-hmm. I mean, is he interacting with the community that you may know of?
To my knowledge, the interaction is to the extent of implementing elements of community policing, which is having some of the officers live in some of the neighborhoods that they want to keep an eye on and want to increase engagement. I've never personally interacted with this chief.
Right.
No one that I personally know has ever interacted with the chief outside of people who work with the city and for the city. So I can't say that he is out there engaging with these people every day. Now, in the public safety meeting, he did name off a list of programs that he's got going on to address these issues with younger children, like he mentioned in the press conference.
Yeah.
But none of those, like 16 and 17-year-olds, are not interested in painting.
No.
16 and 17-year-olds do not care that you want to buy them hot dogs in the neighborhood. They don't want to see
Come
you.
on.
Come on,
You know,
girls.
like the
Oh, my
performative
goodness.
stuff does not work with that age group.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if you're going to be engaging with those people, you need to be engaging them from a place of truth.
Right.
Because that's all
Exactly.
they pay attention to. Yep. You have to captivate them with the right thing.
So what was the
not some performative mess, you know, that just makes people feel good. Even those programs, what does that do for kids?
Yeah.
Right.
But what was the reaction?
With a group of kids with some guns on your hip, do for them.
Come on now.
But do you have an insight of information of what was the reaction of people that may have heard this comment?
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I mean, people are talking about it every day on social media now. So
Right.
Literally,
it's the reaction.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's sparked out there.
Okay.
It's wild. Like, okay, so first of all, the reaction is I've got a petition that now over 16,000 people have signed, many of which are from Rockford, some of which are not. 16,000 people listing reasons why this man should be out of office.
16,000.
And many of them are, you know, I was once a kid that was lost, but somebody cared enough to find me. Many of them are, you know, this is an outdated stance on policing that needs to have a more modern eye. Some of them are, you know, as simple as no one is disposable. There are no lost causes in the community. There's no space for that. And on the opposite side, you know, there's now a petition that last I checked had over like 2,500 signatures for people that do support the chief. Wow. And that's the thing that really bothers me the most is that this particular statement has impacted the entire community's view of 16 and 17-year-old youth.
Yes.
The entire community.
You
Not
know
just
what,
the police force.
Yeah.
Not just the city government. Not just the state attorney's office.
Right.
Not just the judges. But every single person that feels emboldened to talk about how terrible these kids are.
Come on.
Right.
On Facebook every day because they agree with their police chief. They too do not care about these kids. They are a waste of time to them too.
Oh.
Now can I say this?
Job. Say that again.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Is the policy still that goes around is that police commissioners are elected or appointed by mayors of their cities? Is that how that works still?
Yes.
And if it works that way,
is appointed by the mayor here.
Yeah, and if it works that way, the mayor's coming up for election anytime soon. Pretty time. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, and to be elected, or statements to come from her appointees, she's treading on very thin ice at this point.
Yeah, got to be.
You know, I would assume that would be the outcome of that.
And you know, like it's equally. I really feel bad for Tom McNamara, honestly, because Rockford is a wild place, like many places. It's a city divided by a river,
right?
And that division is a very thick line.
Speaking of Rockford,
like there's no thin line, narrow line that we're divided by. There are people that are pro cop and pro brutality as a means of controlling people. These are the people that call the police on black people to weaponize the police on black people.
Yeah.
These are people
I know
who
you're
call
right
the
about
police
that.
in hope that a black person will be harmed by a cop.
Yeah.
For simple stuff.
Yeah, to carry out things that they don't want to do for themselves. You know,
Right.
They had that.
So this particular mayor has that to deal with. Like, and I feel like if I were in that position, it would be a difficult thing to both politically appease both sides because they're so dichotomous. They're so far apart.
Man.
Ajay, can you give us any last minute words of wisdom or encouragement, as well as let let everybody know they can find you on social media. We have to bring you back.
Yes, bring it back. I'm down. You can find me on social media on Instagram and Twitter at I am Asia, which is IamArja. You can find me on Facebook on my personal page. I don't really use my like page much on there, but at under Asia Penix. And my last words are this: as long as we do not participate in the political process, and I don't just mean voting. I mean showing up for city council meetings. I mean showing up for police department assessments, like it's happening in Rockford on the 16th through 17th here at City Hall. I mean showing up to City Hall for any and everything that is concerning you and your life and your children's lives, and holding your government officials accountable, holding your police departments accountable. If you do not participate in that process, you will not be served.
Oh, that's super.
It's imperative.
Yes, that's huge.
For our survival and for our well-being, that we participate in that political process. Even if you're dealing with a mindset that wants to defund. Defunding is dealing with defunding of an organization that already exists. That funding is decided by a political process. Abolition is dealing with a system that already exists. Abolishing something within a system that already exists requires participating in the political process. Do that. Because your life depends on it.
That's true. Man. Sorry about that. We kind of got to those last words, but we're definitely going to bring you, girl, we're going to bring you back, most definitely.
Thank you.
We got a lot more to talk about with you, most definitely. Man. Hey, Malaysia. Huh? Yeah, so we were definitely going to bring you back, and congratulations on your endeavor and all that good stuff. Everybody needs to give her a hand.
Thank you.
Man, I think Gino, in fact, been calling in while you was talking. Gino is already. Listen, I'm telling you, you got deep. You got super deep. We done passed Bump It to Dump It. We passed everything just to keep listening to your knowledge. So we definitely going to bring you back on the second half for our second conversation with you. Okay? Awesome. So if you would love to come back, we'll definitely invite you back.
Will. Always.
Okay, then.
Those are great questions. Keep up the good work.
I got you. Okay, then. See you later. Gino, give us a call back. All right, then. Peace. Hey, let's go real quick, man. Bump It to Dump It real quick. Bump It to Dump It. I'm hip hop. Just let me know.
Okay.
I'm IMP Hip Hop. It's from Baltimore, Maryland, and he's got this song called Just Let Me Know is the song. You could bump it or you could dump it. Y'all just judge it right now. Let's go.
Yeah, it's IMP. Yo. Feeling your flow, baby, I groove to your vibration. Sweet as Sade and smooth as annihilating. Every time I see you, my pupils is dilating. Broad try to compete, babe, you just annihilate them. Come in, baby girl, let me give you a back massage. Got some pretty feet, and your ass is off. Sticking your ass out, don't make me disattach your drawers. Something so hard, gotta be careful, we don't slap the floor. Type to laugh it off after having an argument. That's not your normal everyday type of involvement.
Yep.
When I be hitting, say y'all
okay. All right. While this song is going, this is Bump It to Dump It. Please don't forget, man, you can hear us live in Freeport, Illinois. You can hear us live in Freeport, Illinois on 105.7 FM. If you're not in Freeport, Illinois, you can hear us live on live365.com. All you have to do is look up Flight Radio, and you can log in and be with all the people else from Baltimore, Maryland. Hello, big shouts out to Baltimore, Maryland. What's going on? IMP Hip Hop. Just let me know. Bump it or dump it, y'all. Let's go.
Class flights, take a cruise to Bahamas. No need to wear makeup, I like you in pajamas. No doubt to the fact that your body's incredible. And to see my
okay, what you think, Valasia?
Bump. Most definitely a bump. Definitely.
You just love that. You love that.
I love
that
the
groove and everything.
to it. I love the flow to it. It's dope. It's dope.
Yes, I am P hip hop.
I don't know if George Benson would too much care for that sample to be as a rap song. That's a classic jazz.
I know,
and he's still alive.
Oh.
You know.
So in other words, you dumping it because of George Benson?
No, because of the mix. First of all, the mix that's not good quality sampling. And,
okay. The mix is not.
Yeah, the mix and everything is kind of offbeat. It was an offbeat when he first tapped in. When he jumped in there, it was off. It was like milliseconds off. You know. So, but anyway.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what.
Because I'm a George Benson fan.
Okay.
I can't have my ears listening to a song jacked up like that.
Oh my goodness!
Well, you asked me my opinion. When I bump it or dump it, I didn't even say bump it. I didn't even say bump it or dump it.
Is it in the middle?
You said trash. That's all you got to say. If you're trash, you dump it.
I just want to know if it was in the middle or not. I'm gonna ask Gino. I'm gonna ask Gino if he like it or not. I'm gonna see if Gino like it. He's on the line right now.
Yeah, he's on the line.
Gino, tell me the truth, man. Will you bump it or dump it?
Hey, I was on hold the whole time, so I really didn't get a chance to bump it. But, you know, I don't want to.
Hey, Gino.
Hey, you know, I don't want to offend no George Benson fans, though, so I want to keep it.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, check it out, man. There's real musicians out there, man, who appreciate real music.
I'll just,
that's just me.
Well, me, I'm gonna bump it because I love smooth music like that. I love smooth tracks like that.
He would.
So anyway, what we got? We got a bump out of Malaysia.
Yep.
We got a bump out of me, and Rocky. I think he's not bumping because of George Benson, and Gino is staying out of it.
Yeah.
So
I'm staying neutral.
We're going to leave it alone just like that. Gino, what's going on, man? Welcome to 105.7 FM. Soulful Discussions, man, with Flight Radio. What's happening?
Hey, everything is happening.
Man. Okay. Well, anyway, Malaysia, you got something for Gino?
I do. So we have an artist spotlight here. Can you please tell everybody where you from and what all you do as far as music and any other endeavors?
So what I do is put my heart and my soul into my music. You know what I'm saying? And it's like super well rounded. So I call it like gumbo. I give you like every aspect of who I am. You know what I'm saying? So like I got my real positive joints, my real preachy songs. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a real positive dude. I got my street joints. I got my songs where I talk about my family. I'm just like a brother who, you know what I'm saying, got a passion and heart for music, man. Just trying to shine my light onto the world stage.
As far as music, are you just an artist or do you produce anything else?
Oh no, I mean I stay in my lane, so that's why I strictly rap. I don't make beats or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
do we have a track on him?
Yeah, I got a track. I got a track coming for him.
Okay.
So where you from, Gino? Let everybody know.
South side of Chicago, born and raised in Inglewood.
All right. Give a shout out to Inglewood.
Yeah, that's like a Rocky kind of.
Hey, is DuSable still around over there?
Nah. I mean, so I when I left Inglewood, I moved to Hyde Park. I stayed in Hyde Park for a good 10 years, and then it kind of priced me out. So like now I'm in South Shore, but I'm gonna get back to the HP eventually, though.
Right. Hold on one second, Gino. Somebody's trying to call in. It just seems like every time we get an interviewer, somebody tries to call in, and
we will give y'all a chance.
And they know if somebody's being interviewed.
They know y'all know the rules. We love y'all, but y'all know the rules. Y'all have to wait until after the interview.
Malaysia has spoken.
and we will get to it. Okay, call us around 8:30.
Figure this out. I had it down at one time. I got to get it back.
We're gonna just everybody just hold tight real quick. Hold tight.
Yeah,
we're gonna let this caller
shut
get
this
by.
caller down, man.
Oh, you want to? Okay. You definitely gonna be calling
Don't hang
us
up on Gino.
Okay. There we go. So Gino, what made you begin making music and diving into the music industry?
So actually, like I always had like a heart for it when I was a shorty. Like I think like one of the first rap songs I heard that inspired me was that LL I'm Bad song.
Right.
You know, you remember that no rapper can rap quite like I can. I take a muscle bound man and put his face in the sand.
Yes.
So when I heard that as a shorty, like I was just super energized towards music. But you know, like I didn't really have like a lane to really to enter it. So when I got into high school, you know, my high school was kind of similar to everybody else's, and they used to do like the lunchroom table ciphers. And when people heard me, they was like, "Bro, you super duper dope." And they decided to like, I got like a lot of fans just from like the lunchroom table, and things pretty much grew out from there and just expanded.
Oh wow.
So, what has been the hardest part about being an artist?
I would say like the hardest part about being an artist has just been like balancing it with other aspects of my life. So like I started doing music in high school, and I took like a long gap off where I wasn't really doing music at all because like I had a son. And so when I had my son, you know, unfortunately, like the relationship aspect didn't work out with me and the mom, and so I took it to court to get custody of my son. So when I did that, like I didn't, you know, I did it for all the right reasons to make things better for myself and for my son, but I just didn't know how much that would take over my life. So like I didn't have the time to really focus on anything else. For a long time I was just like just a full-time dad. And I went to a game night at this spot in Hyde Park a few years ago, and it was real similar. Like there was some dudes around ciphering, and like so at this time a lot of these guys was like in the industry. Some of them like we was in bands, you know, like a lot of musicians. And I happened to come around them. And they heard me, and they was like, "Dude, why are you not putting out music?" And from that point on, like they just started helping me, you know what I'm saying, get videos out and just get more visual, and it's just taken off since then.
So, you know, let's talk about the hustle behind the music, because oftentimes we just talk about the music, but we don't talk about everything else that goes into it. So, what advice would you give artists who are just getting into the music industry or thinking about jumping into it?
The advice that I would give is I mean, I would say to only get into this like if you're really in it for the art and in it for the right reasons. So music nowadays is just extremely oversaturated because you got a vast amount of people that's just viewing music as like they way out, like you know, like they way to get some quick little money, and they don't really have a care for the art, and it's still an art, you know.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, so you have to have that to carry you through the hard times, because if you get into music just because you want to make some quick cash, the music industry doesn't really work that way. Like it's like few and far between you have guys who can just come in real quick and get the money and exit. You know, like more than likely you're gonna be grinding, and if you're not really built and you don't have a real love and passion for music, you're not gonna survive the music industry.
That's true. That is so true.
So, who or what inspired you, or what inspires you when you're creating your music?
To be honest with you, like what inspires me is myself. So,
there you go.
When I was a kid, and even now, like as a grown man, So my mother used to always tell me stuff to motivate me. And so my mom would tell me to be your own hero. And, you know, what she meant by that is like, don't look to these other people for validation. Like, you know, like find the strength within yourself, find a hero on yourself. And that's what I do every day of my life outside of music.
So a lot of artists, when their music doesn't get played as much as they expect it to, or their video doesn't get as many views, some people tend to quit. So what motivates you in those moments where things don't turn out how you expected, or what motivates you to keep going?
So first of all, you have to look at the landscape of what's going on. And sometimes you can get inspired from yourself, and sometimes you can look to other people. And so when you feel like your views is not up there, or you're not really heard on the radio as much,
right?
You know, it's so many artists who've gone through those similar experiences, and then they just caught that one song and it just bubbled. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you know, like, or they got featured on somebody's song and they just took them to another level. And it's like I was watching and he not a rap artist, but I was on YouTube watching this Vlad TV with hey, what's my man name who made that coming from
okay.
I can't even think of his name right now.
Your mind goes crazy.
So the guy was talking about how he had got a record deal like 10 years ago, and this record didn't come out until like 10 years of him being a signed artist. So you can't focus on that. You just got to focus on the art and just do the best that you can, and just let God, you know what I'm saying, navigate the rest of your path. You know what I'm saying? But for a lot of artists, I think for a lot of artists, those patches are hard, mostly because they're not in it for the right reasons anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you find yourself somewhere you shouldn't be and it get difficult, you're going to exit. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that.
So the first thing you should do is be in your proper place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yo, I'm like 5'4", so I don't go around thinking I'm LeBron James. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you just find your lane.
Okay.
In other words, you just keeping it couple steady, huh?
I'm keeping it a band.
Yes. Hey, listen, I got a question for you, Gino. Hey, listen, now, if you want to shout out the top 4 producers you'll work with in the 815. Give me 4.
Top 4 producers I would love to work with?
Yep, 815, area code.
Oh, 815 producers?
Yes.
Man, I don't know who in the 815 that I want to work with. I mean, you know what though? Like I'm
just trying to figure it out, man. Because now every time we interview somebody, we never say like or give the shout outs to the producers and all the just all the producers and stuff that's around here in the 815. Nobody never seemed to give them a shout out, and half of their music is made by the producers here.
So you know what though? This gonna sound so crazy to you, but like,
okay.
So I know a lot of cats with the 815 area code,
right?
But I don't know if they actually stay in the 815. Meaning, I know like dudes who be trapping.
Okay.
So,
okay.
That's enough. I want to place them in the 815 when they should be in the 815.
That's enough. That's enough questions on that one there. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. But Gino, listen. Now, we're looking for artists that's out there that's giving back to their community.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me the last time that you have done something of giving back or helping out to give back to your community of Rockford.
I mean, I give back all the time.
Right.
So
and your favorite foundation would be?
My favorite foundation would be just each one teach one.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
okay.
Like, I mean, I take opportunities and times out of my day, you know what I'm saying, to help other people advance because it adds something to my legacy. You know what I mean? So like I've served food to the homeless.
Okay.
I mean, pretty much any type of fellowship or, you know what I'm saying, ways that I can outreach, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm
That's
there,
good.
you know what I mean?
And then also that goes for Chicago too. That goes for Inglewood area too. You still go back and kind of reach out with them.
Yeah, I mean, like it's no like I'm the pop up guy. Like it's no one particular organization.
Right.
like you hit my line and be like, hey, we over here.
Right.
I'm gonna just pop up. You know.
Okay, and help out. You know, with any need by any means necessary. Okay, yeah, that's just the question, man. You know, really now that artists have to know that, you know, giving back to your community is a big strong thing. I know in my opinion of artists and stuff and giving back to their community. So, well, that's good, man. That you give back and all that kind of stuff. So, your favorite. Okay.
So, I mean, before you ask me this next question, though, so a part of giving back, though, is you know, just in my opinion, is having the accountability. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
So if you take the time to listen to my albums, you know, like, it's like I'm dropping so many bits of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And I'm giving you so many things that you can add on to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, for me representing myself properly as a black man is my way of giving back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I hear that. I'm gonna give you that one.
That was a good one.
Yes, definitely gonna give you a hand for that one.
Yeah.
But between two songs that you have, which one would you choose to play first? Would you choose to play Pure or would you choose to play Justice first?
I would definitely play Justice right now.
Oh, that's my joint. I was just trying to figure it out. Listen now we know when I heard the songs, I said, you know what, this song right here is totally nice. Yes, I like Justice, and plus, you know, I like the flow of Pure, but Justice is kind of like hitting me, like really hitting me. So
yeah, I mean, just thinking about the times that we living in now, like, I mean, I'm just so glad that I made that song. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, but anyway, you can introduce Justice right now if you like.
Hey, this your boy Gino Pacino, and this is Justice. You feel me?
Yeah. Here we go, right here, right on 5.7 FM.
It's no need for discussion for the body to work the hard as a key. I want justice. It's no need for discussion for the body to work the hard as a key. I want justice. It's no need for discussion for the body to work the hard as a key. I want justice. Yeah. I want justice. It's no need for discussion for the body to work the hard as a key. I want justice. It's no need for discussion for the body to work the hard as a key. I want justice. It's no need for discussion for the body to work the hard as a key. I want justice. Yeah. I'm about that. Yeah. I ain't never gonna sign a 360 deal. I hope Judge Brinkley paid for how she treated me meal. I'm at the third circuit of appeals trying to tell a city of Philly exactly how I feel. In this business world, I'm a killer. Hey, you thinking Trump, but I'm more like Jamila Davis. From the heart of the struggle, we made this. You rappers still signing up for the slave ship. I don't make enough to not make enough. A lot of rappers up in this game is fake. They disappear in the wind, wake them up. Music getting boring, it's time to break it up. I want justice. It's no need for discussion for the body to work the hard as a key.
So what was you thinking about then, Gino?
It's no need for
when you was performing this song inside the studio, what was you thinking?
I was thinking of like a rallying cry, I don't know, like so we had a conversation off the air. I could get really deep with you, man. You
okay,
know
I got
you. But I'm like a really I'm a real pro-black type of dude. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so like you know, like I talk to a lot of shorties and try to encourage them, man. You know what I'm saying? forward them into the, to usher them into the right direction. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so, in terms of doing that, you know what I'm saying, coming with a rallying cry, I don't want to go over nobody's head. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the way I compose justice is like I broke it down in the simplest form to like I mean, if you're just trying to get turned and lit, you can still feel it. If you're trying to really pay attention to the words and you know what I'm saying, where I'm coming from,
that was me.
It's gonna impact.
Yeah. Yes.
As long as I have breath, you never go. I would rather lose all I have than see my people not eat. And that's real life. Gone from a real justice. It's no need for discussion for the body to work the heart as a key function. Justice. It's no need for discussion for the body to work the heart as a key function. I want justice. It's no need for discussion for the body to work the heart as a key. I want justice. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Said I want justice.
Big shouts out to Gino, man. That's the original last name? That's the original last name, Malaysia? Or Gino?
No. I don't think so.
Gino, good hit, man. I tell you what, man. How can they find you and all that good stuff, man, on social media?
Hey, hey, you can literally Google me. It's Gino Pacino,
Gino Pacino.
Pacino. I got like crazy videos on YouTube, music on all the streaming platforms. I got a fan page on Facebook too. It's under the same name, Gino Pacino.
Okay.
If you want to find me on Instagram, it's Pain707. It's PAIN 707.
Man, there it is, y'all. Everybody give Gino a hand, man. Good hit, man. I tell you, man, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming on this show, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
Hey, so like maybe once the quarantine clear up, y'all can get me in the studio and I can really vibe with y'all for real.
No problem. No problem. Okay. That's Gino Pacino, y'all, man, straight out of Rockford, Illinois, by way of Chicago, Illinois. Hey, everybody give him a hand one more time. Gino, see you later, bro.
All right, for sure.
Yes, sir. Hey, listen, y'all, don't y'all forget, man, we can always tune in right here. We can tune in Freeport, Illinois on 105.7 FM. You can tune in on live365.com. Just tune into Flight Radio on live365.com. And then also you can look at us live right here on Facebook. Man, Gino, that was a good hit. I love that. Yeah. Justice. It's all about justice. And then you have to listen to the song to actually kind of get where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? So I actually like that. But we got another Bumpin' the Dumpin' song, and that's Noah Halls, and he's from Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay. And this song is called Rap God. All you have to do is bump it or dump it. Bump it or dump it. Rap God. Okay, Cincinnati, Ohio. I see y'all listening on live365.com. Here it comes right now.
I want you to hold on to your pockets and get ready, because this is going to get serious. And I want you to be...
Bump it and dump it, y'all. Let's go.
What comes next? I'm about to flex on everybody now. The haters now. The pretty chicks. I love the pretty chicks, however. JD for the go. Are you ready? Now? No, yo.
I'm beginning to feel like a rap god. Bar so hard you play them and they crack rocks. Melt them too, I guess it's cause they're that hard. I'm loony with the music, I'm a whack job. Your songs ain't good, they suck, won't clap because you did a whack job. My artistic process is a bomb fest, bombing, bitch, y'all is the targets. Bars the hardest, stocking arms, the slots of competition. Father, forgive me for the evil entity that is in me, killing MCs, ripping their beats. Who would ever know, never be so scary. If to doubt of me, surely they'll see a snap in a bus, not a shred of a front to give you. We'll see them, they'll adjust. And I spell it out for them.
Yeah. Okay, come on now. Come on, Rocky. What you think, man? Come on. Bump it or dump it, y'all. What you think?
You go first, Rocky.
I let Malaysia go first.
No, Rocky. I'll start it to you.
Where is the Ville when we needed him?
I knew you needed him. He was
Who's doing this?
Man, big shouts out to the Ville that's missing in action today. And always big shouts out to Tina Renee, straight up for, she's getting better. But anyway, back to this song, Rap God. Listen, all you people from Cincinnati, Ohio.
I'm dumping that. That's me.
I was hanging on by like a thread to bump, but it's like I like the way it's produced.
Okay.
But I'm a dump it. I just can't like.
I'm trying to figure out somebody else gonna call in or anything or dump it or bump it. 815-312-3172. That's the hotline right now. The line is live now. Now nobody don't want to call.
I mean, he's spitting though. He's spitting though. It's like Eminem.
What you think? Bump it or dump it?
What you think? Asking me again?
No, I ain't gonna ask you no more if you said dump it. I'm not gonna ask you anymore. Okay.
I'm just in between. I feel like his flow is nice.
But
I don't know.
Man, I'm dumping it.
You dumping it?
I'm just giving y'all the word. I'm dumping it. Ain't no time being Mr. Nice Guy. Not for me. Not right now. I'm sorry.
I can't help it.
Y'all send this stuff. Just be honest. Be honest. Okay, I just dumping it. Me.
I am dumping it.
That's just my thought.
Well, that lets the artists know when you get 3 truthful opinions about a track.
Right.
I mean, it's time to go back into the studio and do your homework.
And start all over again?
Don't hate us.
Start all over again.
Oh, the phone is ringing again?
Trying to find yourself.
I think I know what this is.
Man, don't y'all forget that they are hiring school bus drivers.
Yes.
Here in Freeport.
Yes.
Oh, this is Jizzle?
Jizzle.
I knew it. I sent out the bird call.
Let you get through here, all right?
Jizzle from Atlanta is on the line right now. What in the world is going on, Jizzle? He's not on the line?
He's on the line.
Jizzle has called in. I guess.
He's come to call back.
He's going to have to call back again. Anyway, Jizzle, you call back. But Freeport, Illinois, if you're looking for a job at $15 an hour or something like that, and they have benefits, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for school bus drivers. Yeah. They're hiring for school bus drivers and everything in Freeport. So that's cool. Jizzle!
Yo, the champ is here. The champ is here.
Jizzle, what's going on down there in Atlanta, man?
Jizzle, aka Chase the Hook King, he's back in the studio. It's Young LA.
Hey, I can't listen. So Young LA, you and Young LA is about to do a track together.
Yeah, this track has been 5 years in the making. I was really supposed to do it with him when he did Ain't I?
Right.
The Grand Hustle situation wasn't the right time.
Right.
So now he's with my boy, with my homie Zay Tobin.
Okay.
And he reached out to me and my team, and we finna make it happen.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hey, listen, Jizzle, man, it's a bad epidemic down there with that coronavirus. So the mayor's making y'all do the face mask, right?
Yeah, that's all over the city of Atlanta. Now, and the reason why that is going on, because a false report came out that Keisha Lounge Bottom and her husband and 3 of her kids had coronavirus.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Jizzle, man, I hate to cut you off, man. I got another call, man, right now, man. Thanks for calling, man, all the way from Atlanta.
All right.
Hey.
All right, y'all be safe and be blessed, man.
Yes, sir, man. Tell Young LA, man, we want to interview.
I will.
Bet. Next caller, here we come, man. Right now, next caller, please. Next caller.
Oh yeah, let's get it.
We got another caller, man. I'll tell you what, Jizzle's down there. You know, him and Young LA, they're working together.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is, Young LA and, Zaytoven, one of the famous producers. I guess they're going to be putting the track together. So I think they're doing something for his foundation, like with the disability and stuff like that. So y'all stay in tune with Jizzle.
Jizzle, we want it first.
That's right.
we call dibs first.
Yeah, we definitely want that interview with Young LA about this project of what they're doing down in Atlanta, which I think is a good thing. You know, him and Zaytoven. But we have somebody else on the line?
No.
Oh, they're gone? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, Malaysia, what you got hot for me?
FHN is offering free COVID-19 testing July 14th and July 28th. The Stevenson County Health Department and Freeport Hospital will offer additional testing for COVID-19 for those of the ages 18 and over, including those without symptoms at 2 Freeport locations in July. The testing, which may be rescheduled because of bad weather, is scheduled for Aquin High School at 1419 South Galena in Freeport from 5 p.m. to 7:30 on Tuesday, July 14th, and at Taylor Park, 806 East Stevenson in Freeport from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, July 28th.
Oh, wow. 815-312-3172. If you got any announcements or anything to announce, this is your time to call. If you got any thoughts to say or anything to tell us about what's going on. You're live on the air right now. You are definitely live on the air. Who I got calling?
Yo, I am hyphen X. What's going on, family?
Oh my goodness, Dinesh, how you doing, bro? How you doing?
Hey, I'm making it, man. Hey, dump it, turn it off now.
Why you do that man like that?
Hey, Dinesh, you got to remember, Cincinnati, Ohio was blowing up Live 365, man, to hear that song, man, and then it ended up getting dumped. So we definitely apologize for that. So I guess, it might be a Midwest thing and then
flow. It's an imitation flow. Great lyrics, but imitation flow. Mm-hmm. If you're going to take somebody's beat, you got to make it your own song. That's it.
Gotcha. Now.
Keep working, bro.
What you say?
I just said, tell them to keep working.
Okay, well, just keep up the good work, Noah Halls. Just send in another one. He might have another track that's fire.
Yeah, I do.
But definitely he's from Cincinnati, Ohio, and thank you for sending us a track, and thank you for hearing about us way over there in Cincinnati, and you sent us a track, all of that. But this time you got kind of dumped. But he's got 5 dumps. That's not good. That's not good for this area. Dinesh, what you got going on, bro?
Oh man, I'm just out here just trying to be a responsible media like y'all.
Right.
We got a lot of good things coming up down the pipeline, guys.
Yes,
I really want to just talk about, everybody just be unified. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And unification doesn't mean for everybody to agree.
That's true.
So just be unified. Be ready to have discourse with one another. Agree to disagree.
Right.
And you don't always have to agree to have a great conversation. You feel me?
That's right.
That's right. So true. So true.
Because if everybody is agreeing, there's no progress. There's no progress at all.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got to be able to put it on the table and let's see. I may say something that's like equivalent to nasty potato salad at a picnic. I can't do anything with nobody.
That's right. Somebody else might like that potato salad.
Exactly.
Somebody else might like it.
At least I brought something to the table.
That's right.
Exactly. The past.
That's right.
Everybody just bring opinions.
Hey, a lot of people don't bring dishes to pass. They come there and get a dish to go, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm guilty of that a lot of times. I gotta have to keep it 1,000, man. I'm guilty of that a lot of times, but I bring good heart, good conversation, and great laugh.
Right, and
that's how I pay for my plate.
And most definitely, we want to give man a big shout and prayers out to Daryl Folks from the White Grave Foundation. That's a big silent word from Tina Renee. But
yeah, and can I speak on that? Can I say something?
Yes.
Like, if any children are listening, teenagers or anything like that, like we've seen Daryl in the community, changing his life, doing things for good, putting his energy where it was needed the most and with the youth. But we have that you want to make sure that right now, that you're not making the mistakes that can come back and haunt you in your future. You don't want your past to mess up your future.
Right.
So you got to really take care of your present right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called a present. It's a gift. So make sure you take care of your present right now so that in the future, your past doesn't come back and bite you.
Okay. All right, whatever. That's all. 105.7 FM, man. You're right here tuned in. We got Mr. Hyphen Next on. Hey, check out his podcast. Also, you need to check out the podcast. And the podcast is?
The Great Conversation Podcast.
Yes.
It's on Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube.
Yes. Most definitely keep up with them. And then, listen, Dinesh, you was like #1 on the charts of the contribution for the Soulful Discussions, Freeport Rockford Soulful Discussions, and congratulations for that.
Hey, man, thanks y'all, man. I love the content. I love everything that comes from y'all. Good, lighthearted fun with deep-rooted conversation. I love it.
Right. Now, since you bumped that one, I got another joint that's getting ready to be played. This lady is out of New York City. She sent this in. Her name is Lady Lennox. Now, Lady Lennox have this joint. She sent it in. Say, I hope everybody like it. So I'm going to play it. Now, New York City, we can't tell if New York City yet is chiming in, but okay, here we go. Lady Lennox, we got you coming up right now. Danaeus, thanks for calling in, bro. And good luck, man, on all your endeavors and all that good stuff, bro.
All right, now. Peace out now. Love y'all, fam.
Yes, sir. Hey, we got Lady Lennox coming on up, man, from New York, Malaysia.
Hey.
Here she comes right now. Bump it or dump it.
So all my chicks that's getting money,
Uh-oh.
I don't care how you getting it, mom. As long as you getting it. Got my red bottles, my Louis bag when I'm riding on wheels. Got my Chanel heels, my Chanel bag when I'm riding on wheels. Got my red bottles, my Louis bag when I'm riding on wheels. Riding on wheels, riding on wheels. Where all my money? Who getting money with them? My money, who getting money? Got them red bottoms, that Louis bag when you riding on wheels. Got your Chanel heels, your Chanel bag when you riding on wheels. I got my red bottoms, my Louis bag when I'm riding on his real. Sitting on rich fields, rich so Eskimo chills. Range on chrome wheels, got my block rolling on pills. Hit next out in Nashville with that white, that Brook shield. Don't get your onion peel, that 30 up in that steel. Lady Lennox is trill, 11 for my heels, my kitty on the mill. Yep,
Okay. Lady Lennox from New York. 815, man, speak up right now.
I'm dumping it.
Malaysia. I had to ask a female first. Like, you like it? You dumping it? You already dumping it? You ain't even gonna give her no chance?
Now,
okay, so she's got her what now?
Louis bag.
Right. And her red
bottoms. I don't blame you, girl. I like my red bottoms too, girl.
Okay. So
you got good taste.
So you understand what she's saying?
She got good taste.
Okay.
This music.
But is this all about that kind of rap I was trying to tell you about? What we was talking about last week?
Yeah, it is.
Is it about money? Is it like I need money and I got this to get the money? Is that what it is?
Basically.
What y'all think? Bump it or dump it? You can call in right now, 815-312-3172. This is Lady Lennox. Ride is the name of the song. Rocky. Okay.
Yeah. That is wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't give it. I gotta hear it again.
No, you don't.
That says enough.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just for that. Out there in Radio Land, this is Bumping the Dumping.
It's amazing how you dumped that on me.
I just need to know. Okay, let's just hear it. What? Okay.
I'm trying to find some.
You trying to find some kind of content to say?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that. I'm trying to find out which direction was I thinking, because I was all over the place.
Lady Lennox, listen, send us another one. How about that? Hey, would that solve everything right there? Would that like make you more comfortable, Rocky? Like that, I'm telling her already up front.
Yeah.
Send another one.
Yeah, send another one. And next time, whoever's producing her track, make sure they're producing it.
We're gonna have to hook them up with G Todd.
Yeah, see, the mixes that I'm hearing is not hot mixes, Mike.
Okay.
They got to have an ear, and the studio producer got to have an ear.
Right.
If these guys are sending out low level hot mixes,
okay,
it'll never fail.
Right.
You know, well, anyway.
Anyway, so in other words, you're dumping it.
I didn't say that, did I, Mike?
You ain't. I don't know. That's been your favorite line.
But that's what I was insinuating. Yeah, I insinuated that. Of course, yes, I am going to dump that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Listen,
I love hot mixes, and hot mixes is something that's a tune these days.
Right.
You know, those mixes sounds like they come right out of the '80s.
Yeah.
When digital rap and stuff like that start coming into play.
Okay.
You know, it sounds like one of those type of mixes, man, off of one of those weak laptops.
Right. Hey, y'all, please. Now, here's one more thing that back to the starting school. I just want to know if everybody's on board for the kids of going back to school. Listen, Malaysia, you're a mom, and do you think that your kid is ready to go back to school?
I have honestly been on the fence. Honestly, I don't know. I have a 5-year-old, so I don't necessarily think he's going to keep the mask on. He's 5, and those kids at those age are kind of germy, and they like touch stuff in their nose, and they get sick anyways. And flu season is there. All the regular, diseases during this time is there. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how I feel. So I don't know.
So that's the big question right now out there. Do you think your kid might be ready to go back?
Oh, he's
ready. Or do you
ready.
think it's safe enough for your child to go back to school? That's the question right now. You can most definitely and all the way back to the bus drivers.
Yep.
Freeport, Illinois is hiring bus drivers for District 145.
Yep.
So you can apply for being a bus driver for the school kids.
Yeah, but the thing that I would hate about that, Mike, you know, is that school bus drivers and kids have to wear masks amongst each other.
Okay.
And watch this here. Kids are not that responsible, and bus drivers neither. Especially when you're trying to conduct with children on the bus, and that just leave another problem in the school system, transporting children.
Yep.
And I can't forsaken see that these kids, you heard what I said, forsaken see.
Man.
For the life of me.
Right.
To see that kids will be responsible and the adults will be able to maintain the kids' responsibility to ride together safely. I don't think they'd be able to do it. That's just my opinion. And I hate to see sickly little kids get on them buses, are forced to get on them buses because the kids don't know what's really ailing them. They don't know that these symptoms are death-threatening and whether they're carrying these things. But a parent, a mother, a father who knows their child, knows whether they're going through something, should be able to say, my child might be affecting others. I want to keep other children safe just in case my child is not safe.
Right.
And if that ever happens, there's another pandemic spreaded throughout the whole school.
You're right.
And I can't see the teachers and nobody in the school being that responsible for keeping a child who don't want to. First of all, they're going to be tired of that thing, of breathing in it. They're going to get mad and frustrated. And then you're going to have children that's not going to be able to maintain their faculties in the class, and they're not going to learn anything. Parents have already scared them to, I ain't going to say to death, but already scared them, to the point where the kids will be frightened. They're not oblivious to what's going on. They know what's going on when parents are educating them, and parents should have educated their children.
My son can't even make it through Walmart without taking the dang on mask off. I can't make it through Walmart with the mask. I don't even like coming to this show with the mask on. But then you have to deal with the option of, okay, if I don't put my child back in school, now I'm responsible for their homeschooling. I'm responsible for making sure they stay in good academic standing.
Right.
But when they do enter back into school, that I can prove all of that. I don't want to do that.
Right.
He got to go. No, but
So I just look at it like I don't think it's time.
The way that they have it set up is, I believe.
I don't know. I'm done. I don't think it's time.
The way Freeport School District, Freeport School District, the K through 4th grade. They have school every day, 8 hours a day. And the way they're gonna do it is all the kids have to stay inside the classroom all 8 hours.
Okay.
They only come out for like very much scheduled bathroom breaks and lunch. And I think it's like one class in lunchroom. Like,
Yeah.
So it's like a whole new way of having to do it.
Tight. So they don't. Do they? I wonder. Do they have gym?
They probably have it in the classroom. They probably have to take the desk.
But
how do they get their exercise?
But right now, it's not it shouldn't be. It's not even a rush to judgment.
Okay.
It's out there full blown that hundreds of thousands of people right now at this current time is being affected.
That's right.
What kind of, look.
Listen.
It doesn't take a rocket. Well, no, not maybe it. I'm trying not to be critical. I'm just being frustrated.
Gotcha.
That we don't know what the motivational reason why we're being pushed to send our kids back to this kind of pandemonium kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, and then and then it was like suck for us to do all of this. People spend all that money on school supply, back to school clothes, and then a month later they'll be like, "Oh well, school's closed down until further notice."
Yeah, I mean, what's the scheme behind that? He has not. The president has not given us concrete answers that our children, or guarantees that our children are not going to be affected, because you can't leave it to the states, the governors, and people like that that don't know how to quarantine this situation.
Exactly.
We're basically in still quarantine atmosphere, whether we know it or not. But we're taking major risks by stepping out there, listening to. Oh man, let me just chill out right now, because I can say a lot of things right now, and I'm quite sure the audience, I'm quite sure Flight Radio audience know where I'm coming from.
Right.
They're not ignorant to what's going on and what they might have on their own minds.
Exactly.
Right.
It's good that we are able to talk about these kinds of events and these kinds of things, but come on, where's the intelligence behind this? Where's the integrity behind this?
Right.
And the responsibility behind on this? We're not asking the hard question as a community, as a country. Even our White House not giving us the right answers. That's my personal opinion. And anybody that wants to dispute that, give us a call at 815-312-3172. And tell us how you feel.
Yeah, so I can tell you how I feel. They don't need to be going back to no school right now. I can tell already that's going to be a hot mess.
Yeah, it is.
I just know that. And then nobody don't need to be going to no NBA games, and nobody don't need to be going to no football games. Nobody. They need to play that stuff. Play it.
But
play
you
it
know
if they
who they're
want to.
pacifying, don't you?
Yeah.
You know who
yeah.
they're pacifying.
Oh, yeah. That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
So
everything is open and closing.
Yeah, and that's what's going on. Yeah,
they're going to open it up for a month, another month, maybe, and then shut it all down.
And then shut it down. You think it's going to shut down again? Think
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, election is coming around.
Texas shut down. Florida shut down. California shut back down. New York shut back down. Chicago just put a travel restriction where if you traveled outside of Chicago for that, you got to stay out for 14 days.
Yeah.
Like they know more than we know, you know. And then they have policies saying that hundreds of thousands more people could die from it. It's just
the narrative is trying to be compromised and changed.
Yeah.
Trying to take us off the focus of what is really going on and dumb us down that everything is okay. In other words,
I know everything.
Let's just live with the pandemic.
Yeah.
And let it be part of our norm.
I normalize wearing masks.
Yeah, we become normalized with this.
Right.
Okay, we going back to school now. Just forget about the pandemic.
Right.
Even though it's there, we know it's there. People are still dying. And we're just supposed to overlook the fact that the president says, go back to school.
Exactly.
Well,
you know.
Yeah, I'm against it. So I'm just going to say that I'm against it.
I'm not trying to sway nobody's.
Me either.
You know, but
I
the
just
point
know
of the
I'm
matter
against
is,
Yes, most definitely.
I got grandkids still going to school.
Right.
You know, I'm not hearing that.
Right.
You know. So.
Right. Then they got to come around you, huh?
Exactly.
When you really look at it,
or my wife,
think about it.
And my wife can be transporting something that she's not aware of.
Right.
And there I am, sick like everybody else.
Right.
You know. And so the thing about it is, you can't really safeguard yourself of something that is unknown. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, did you see that with DJ Flash when he come back from Florida? He come back from Florida and he was on the flight on Spirit. He was on Spirit, and Spirit was claiming that the middle section was going to be taken out. So he ended up videoing the whole plane or whatever, and it was packed.
Wow.
To the max.
We all know about Spirit.
It was packed to the max, and he kind of put it out there.
And everybody
got back a hold of him.
Sucking in the same air, breathing out the same air. Gassing.
Spirit got back a hold of him.
Air.
I wish he was on the line right now. He could tell you the truth about it, because they promised all this stuff, and they ended up not honoring their word.
Of course.
No.
Of course not.
They loaded that flight up. They loaded it up. And then, you know, from Florida already, you know Florida's a hot place anyway.
Already,
you know,
right now,
yeah. And now you loading all them people back on that plane.
Everybody is breathing
the
same air.
Right.
And coughing all over the place.
In the same air.
With the same air.
Inside of a plane.
They are in a cocoon.
Yeah.
Basically, for real, really.
You know what I'm saying? Breathing and eating.
Right.
Gassing.
Right.
All over the place.
Too much.
Oh my god!
I just had to put that out there
on the plane
because it's flatulence going all over that plane.
So,
y'all might like the proper term, but I want to call it like Fred would call it.
Right.
Fred would have called it something else. Fred Sanford, he would have called it something else. Yeah.
So just
that ain't
think,
funny.
Just think
None
though
of
that
that
they
is
promised
funny.
you that though. Just think that they said, you get this ticket. We're not going to have nobody sitting in the middle aisle and things like that. So you know, he gets on the plane. These people still coming. People still getting on the plane. Hold on a minute. Now where you gonna sit?
Yeah, nobody is regulating.
Yeah.
The line.
You think they need that money back or something?
Man, them airports and airlines are going so far under.
Right.
Yeah.
We're past recession.
Yeah.
We're so depressed.
Right.
The depression era that I can't see us coming back in no time soon. No matter what this president is trying to dump into this society. He can dump all the money he wants into this side. I don't think that's going to change too much of anything.
Wow.
That's my opinion.
Wow.
Whew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
when we let Obama come in here and revitalize and reestablish this this recession that we had, that nobody realized that we had one, that we was going through one, and he restabilized this country.
He sure did.
And look where we're at today.
Back to almost at the same place. But listen,
no, worse.
It's worse. But at least we're not pulling up to the gas station. You got to wait in line almost.
Oh my God.
Well, people can't afford gas these days.
That's true. And then pass that gas tax, huh?
And then want to tax us again?
Yeah, then it taxes July the 1st, and I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there either.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can.
What in the world? So they went up again on the gas tax July the 1st. Yeah, but the minimum wage is $10 an hour now, starting July 1st. So don't let no employer cheap you out.
Yeah.
Let me say that right now.
Yeah, they will. They'll get around it. They won't offer you no insurance.
They won't.
Dental. They won't offer you no incentives. Nothing. You don't get no incentive. You get hours cut back.
Oh,
you don't work 4 times no more. No part time. I mean, no.
None of that.
What is it? Minimum wage people are getting paid full time. You know.
So they might as well send a $2,000 stimulus check, huh?
Or something.
Big shots.
What good it's going to do the economy overall in the country is a whole different story. Will it be effective? I don't think so. You know, it'll take what happened in 5-6 months.
Right.
We're not going to recover. This is going to take some years to recover back to stabilization. You know, that's my opinion. You know.
Well, another awesome show tonight.
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was definitely awesome to me.
Me too.
I'll take it. You know, great interview tonight, Malaysia.
Yeah, thank you to RJ for stopping in, as well as Gino, our artist spotlight.
Yeah, big shouts out to Daenerys for calling in. Big shouts out to Jizzle for calling in from Atlanta. That's going to be real great, man, with him and Young LA.
Yes.
You know, to get Young LA, man, to come in on a interview so we can, put him in the hot seat and ask him some good questions.
Come on now.
But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Definitely from Cincinnati, Ohio. Sorry, Noah Halls, that you got dumped. But send in some more material. Lady Lennox, send us some more material. IMP Hip Hop. You did all right, bro. You kind of escaped. You escaped. Hey, all the artists, you can send in your music to WQJT Submit 1057 at gmail.com. And that's WQJT Submit 1057 at gmail.com. And you can enter in the Bump It or Dump It and let the people, the audience, the judges, the panel judge your song. And just see if your song passed. See, will it work in the Midwest? Because we're getting a lot of people sending music in from other places and thinking that it's going to work in the Midwest.
Okay.
We like stepping and stuff.
We Pacific.
Listen, y'all, next Wednesday night is back on again, 7 p.m. The radio station got some more things coming up. I got Thursday afternoon. The mix show is going down. Right, Rocky? I forgot what time that's going to be going down, but you'll be seeing the announcements of all the time of the mix shows. DJ Flash is going to be first up. Next Wednesday night, we're going to do the hot mix, 10-minute hot mix. And he's first up. And then if you are a DJ, send your 10-minute hot mix to WQJT Submit 1057 at gmail.com. We're going to try something new with Soulful Discussions.
Yeah, we're going to be rating your mix.
Rating the mix.
See who's the hottest DJs in the country.
That's right. The mixologists.
Yeah.
Who's the hottest?
We want them to be on their game.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you just can't have rookies out there trying to be DJs and don't even have it as a craft.
Uh-oh. See, now, a lot of people got some expensive DJ equipment.
Yeah, but ain't no
but
good
don't know
with
how
it.
to DJ with it.
I'm trying to tell you. So if your mix is good and your DJ flow is awesome,
that's
what did
right.
I use? Did I use the word awesome? I didn't mean to use that word. But
Yeah.
if your DJ mix is down with the count, man, we are going to rate it, and then at the end of the year, we're going to give that individual, I don't know, cash value or whatever the case is. We're going to give some kind of incentive for all DJs in the country. Matter of fact, all DJs in the world that's out there listening to what we're doing today. So send in your hot mix to WQJT submit 1057 at gmail.com. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you said that right.
Y'all kidding me.
You said it right.
Man. All right, because usually I trip over something.
You know, bro.
Man, we about to get up out of here, man. I tell you what, Black Baby Rich is going to take us on out of here. I see y'all later. See y'all next Wednesday night. Me, Malaysia, DeVille will be back. Tina Renee, we are waiting on you, girl. See y'all later, man.
Yeah.
Straight out of Freeport, Illinois. 1057.
All right, flight people.
Yep.
All right. That's our flight town.
Yep.
Y'all would take off in a flight with us.
We pop up the timelines and never even read it. So as we beefing, you tag all of our mutual friends in it, so you can be sure that everybody see it. The definition of petty. We was rocking steady. Told you was looking like a snack, little Debbie. Told you I could change the way you think about it if you let me. Got a feeling you done had some indiscretions on the record. It might have healed it, road getting hot. Drugs wearing off, I can see it all in better view. Like how the fuck could I expect for you to ever see the better part of me? You can't even see the better you. Talk about it. 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 When the drugs wear off and my high come down and the sun come out, I take a sober look around and all I see is you. All I see is you, yeah. All I see is you. All I see is you, yeah. When the drugs wear off and my high come down and the sun come out, I take a sober look around and all I see is you. All I see is you, yeah. All I see is you. I feel like I relapsed again. I need a detox from. You don't wanna really need a detox from. I need a detox from. You don't wanna really need a detox from. Yeah. I need a detox from. You don't wanna really need a detox from. I need a detox from. I feel like I relapsed again. Huh. It's always most annoying when you try to go compare me to that other nigga. But you claiming that you love a nigga. Somehow I'm still fucking with you, even though I know I never can go back. Back seats full of bags from Fit Fab, you fucking up a budget. Back then I honestly thought that we was gonna thug it. Now I feel like I'm hitting a stranger when we fucking this. We discussing the same old thing. Shit ain't gonna change, and like even though I wanna help, I can't love nobody better than they love themselves. I know I'm sounding like a broken record on the shelf, but everything is different when the high comes down. I come around and it's feeling like so much has changed. You know what they say about it, baby, love is pain. And what somebody down to lose could be somebody gain. Think about it. 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 When the drugs wear off and my high come down and the sun come out, I take a sober look around and all I see is you. All I see is you, yeah. All I see is you. All I see is you, yeah. When the drugs wear off and my high come down and the sun come out, I take a sober look around and all I see is you.